Hey, Josh. What kind of offers did you get from other teams, and why ultimately did you choose the Eagles?
Yeah, there was a couple other teams out there interested. The Eagles was the best fit for me, the most passionate, in terms of pursuing me. And I just feel like the history, the Super Bowl, everything just fell in line. The stars aligned, and I feel like it's where God called me to be. So
We'll go to Ed and then Dave.
Yeah, hey, Josh. How much do you know about the Eagles, personnel wise, scheme wise, anything like that?
yeah, I know him pretty well. I mean, that's the last team I went against before the season ended, being in Kansas City. So just being familiar, when I was in New England, even before getting traded, we had a joint practice with the Eagles. And the year before that, I remember the season opener, we played the Eagles. So I've seen Philadelphia kind of consistently here the past couple of years. So
We'll go to Dave and then John.
Hey Josh, I wanted to ask you about that joint practice with the Eagles. It was kind of an exciting day for you and both teams out there. What do you remember most about that day?
yeah, I mean, just getting after it. Definitely remember Saquon on the wheel route, scoring the touchdown there. And just competitiveness, man. Just it was a gritty practice, hot day, and had some fun out there. So
We'll go to John and then Bob.
Hey, Josh, welcome to Philly. I was thinking about I guess it was the 22 season when you had 11 and a half sacks. What do you think about that season? Clicked for you? And do you think you can get back to that kind of production?
definitely, being 26 years old, I got a lot left in the tank, man. And it just comes down to opportunity and getting on the field, doing my job. Whenever I'm on the field, I've been effective, I've been efficient. So it's just all about getting on the field and doing my job.
We'll go to Bob and then Brooks.
Hey Josh, welcome to Philly. How uh, was it disappointing that the Chiefs traded for you? Obviously, they had interest in you, but then you didn't get on the field very much. What do you think happened, and how disappointing was that?
Yeah, of course, as a football player, you want to be out there on the field with your teammates and your brothers. Situation where middle of the season, coming in late, stars didn't fully align. And of course, as a competitor, you want to always be out there competing. I'm not too sure from a schematic standpoint or a personnel standpoint where there was a disconnect, but at the end of the day, I did whatever was asked of me to help the team win. So.
We'll go to Brooks and then Olivia.
Hey Josh, you mentioned opportunity earlier, on a 1-year deal. Why with Philly? Is what with Vic, anything like what was the opportunity here and how do you view this stage right here? You say you're at 26.
Yeah, I view it as an opportunity to compete and help bolster a team that's already had so much success, and to play for a coach like Coach Sirianni and Coach Fangio is an honor. Two great coaches in their own respects, and just getting an opportunity to continue to play this game and fulfill my potential.
We'll go to Olivia and then Chris.
Hey, Josh, you obviously have familiarity with Brandon Graham, having also been a graduate of Michigan. Have you spoken to him at all since you signed with the Eagles? And what have you learned from him just about the organization, the franchise, either since signing with the Eagles or previously?
Yeah, BG's been what you call a real OG in the game. I mean, I remember being at Michigan. He'd always come back to the school for a pro day, and then a couple years ago when we played Philly in the season opener, I was able to do a jersey swap with him, which was really cool. And as soon as before I made it official and put pen to paper, I DM'd him on Instagram, and I just told him I'm gonna be leaning on him for some questions or whatever I might have going on. So he's a legend, man, and it's just an honor to be here.
We'll go to Chris and then Dave.
Hey Josh, when you look at your skill set, what do you think stands out that will lend itself to the scheme that Vic runs?
I think just hard work, speed, um, reckless abandonment to the football, man. Just pass rush, you name it. I just doing my job, man. Whatever it takes to help the team win, and just competing and working hard.
We'll go to Dave here.
Hey, Josh, I wanted to ask you about that 22 season because all of your sacks came in an 8-week span. What was it like going through that stretch in the moment, and now what's it like looking back at it?
Yeah, it was a situation where early in the season, Coach Belichick had me as the pass rush coordinator, and I was getting some pressures in and things like that, but the sacks weren't falling. But you just continue to swing, and eventually they come in bunches. So continuing to do your job, even though you're not getting the results you want, and even you can't be a selfish player in this game. You got to do your job, and the stars will align, and eventually your time will come. So it was a situation where I just kept swinging, and then that stretch came, and I did what I was supposed to do, and that's always the player I've always been. Sometimes the sacks haven't always reflected that, but whenever I'm on the field, I'm efficient, and I try to win. So
Go to Rube and then Olivia.
Hey, Josh, how much of a benefit will it be? You mentioned going to Kansas City in the middle of the season. How much of a benefit will it be having a full off season of OTAs and training camps, off season program, and all that going into the season?
I mean, it'll be beneficial. I mean, to be able to get the playbook under your belt, build that muscle memory, build that camaraderie with your teammates, get used to the environment around you, the locker room, the coaches, everything. I think that's going to play a major factor for me personally, and yeah, I look forward to it.
I have time for one more, so we'll go with Olivia here.
Hey Josh, the way that it stands right now, this is a really young group that you're going to be joining in the defensive ends, outside linebackers room, led by Nolan Smith and Jalix Hunt. How much do you know about them and kind of their styles of their games as you get set to become their teammate?
Yeah, watching those guys in the Super Bowl, I mean, reckless abandonment. I mean, I remember a clip of Nolan taking on a pulling guard and just a physical clip. And Hunt, I mean, just coming off the edge as a young guy, I mean, you love to see that out of your linebackers room. And obviously they're coached up very well by Coach Wash and Coach Fangio. And I mean, that's what you want to see, man. I saw it up close and personal being at the Super Bowl, and I'm just excited to be a part of this group.
Thanks for the time, Josh.